This is called 100 Day Worries. And this is Jessica. Everybody wave to Jessica. They say in the book that Jessica is a worrier. She worries all the time. She worried about everything. She worried about losing her first tooth. Raise your hand if you've lost a tooth. She's been worried about that. Is that something you should worry about? No, that's something that should be exciting and fun, because when you lose a tooth, what happens?
You get money.
The tooth fairy comes to see you. And remembering her lunch money, and missing the school bus, and getting her math right. So you can tell by this first 2 pages that Jessica worries what?
A lot.
A lot. Too much. All the time. But on the 95th day of first grade, Jessica's teacher gave her something new to worry about. Next Friday will be the 100th day of school, Mr. Martin said. So I want each of you to bring in a collection of how many things? The 100th day of school? 100 things. They can be anything you want, but they should be small, like rubber bands or marbles. We'll display our collections out in the hall. So what do you think Jessica's going to worry about now?
The 100th day.
The 100th day, and what she's going to what's there? Bring. Immediately Jessica began to worry. Oh no, she groaned to herself. What will I bring? All weekend long Jessica thought and thought, but each new idea brought new worries with it. 100 ice cubes, she thought. Why couldn't she bring 100 ice cubes?
Because that would melt.
They'll melt. Too melty, she said. 100 marshmallows would be too what?
Squishy.
Not squishy. Sticky. 100 toothpicks, too pointy. That Sunday night at dinner, Jessica asked her family for ideas. How about 100 yo-yos, suggested Tom. Tom is her little brother. No, said Jessica. Where would I get 100 yo-yos? Maybe 100 lipsticks would work, said Laura. Jessica rolled her eyes. Laura might have that many tubes of lipstick, but Jessica sure didn't. We know you'll think of something, said Mom and Dad. You have until Friday. Who can raise their hand and tell me an idea maybe that Jessica could use to bring 100 things? What could she use? Books. What else?
Toys.
What else? What's something small that she could bring? Marbles. Okay. What else? Jackson? Crayons. Let's see. People are already starting to bring in their 100 things. On Monday, the 96th day of school, Jessica watched as Bobby gave Mr. Martin 5 bags of peanuts. There's 20 peanuts in each bag. And how many bags does he have? How many bags? Look at the bottom. Let's count together. Ready? Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So he's got 5 bags of peanuts with 20 peanuts in each bag, and that equals 100. Why didn't I think of peanuts, Jessica wondered. On the 97th day of school, Jessica watched as Sharon piled paper clips into 10 neat stacks on Mr. Martin's desk. 100 paper clips and all, Sharon announced. Wonderful, said Mr. Martin. How did she find so many, wondered Jessica. On the 98th day of school, Jessica watched as Ashley brought in 100 peppermints. I ate a few, she admitted, so I really only have 95. Why didn't she have quite have 100? What'd she do? What did Ashley do? She ate a few. She ate 5, so she only has 95. She promised to bring in 5 more peppermints the next day. Fantastic, said Mr. Martin. Jessica's stomach felt queasy. Why does her stomach feel queasy?
Because she ate 5 peppermints.
No, not Ashley, Jessica. Remember, Jessica's the one on the very first page. Her stomach felt queasy. That means sick. Why does she feel queasy? She doesn't have anything to bring in. What's she doing again?
Worrying.
She's worried. By the time Jessica went to bed on the 99th day of school, she still hadn't thought of anything to bring. On Friday morning, she sat at the breakfast table and stared at her cereal. Jessica asked Mom, what's wrong? Today is the last day to bring in 100 things for the 100th day of school, and I still haven't thought of the right thing, she said. I've only come up with stuff that's too melty or too sticky or too pointy. I'll be the only kid without anything to show, and everyone will make fun of me. Jessica began to cry. Don't worry, said Dad. I have an idea. Do you think people would really make fun of her and laugh at her? No, she's just worrying about something that probably won't happen, right? Let's see what Dad's idea is. He pulled open one of the kitchen drawers. Here are some ribbons, he said, giving Jessica a handful of scraps. Jessica counted 3 red, 2 green, 2 yellow, 2 purple, and 1 striped. So she's got some ribbons. Mom ran down to the cellar and brought back a jar. "Here are some screws," she said, dumping a pile on the table. Jessica counted 4 big, 4 small, 1 giant, and 1 tiny. "Here are some rocket-shaped erasers from my collection," said Tom. 4 pink, 3 green, 2 white, and 1 yellow. "Here are some beads from my necklace that broke," said Laura. 3 round, 4 oval, 2 square, and 1 shaped like a cat. "I'll get some buttons from my shirt drawer," said Dad. He found 5 black, 3 brown, and 2 white. "Here's some loose change from my purse," said Mom. 10 what? What are these? Pennies and 10
Quarters.
not quarters, they're nickels. They do kind of look like quarters, though, don't they? Those are nickels. They're worth 5 cents. "Here are 10 barrettes. I don't need any more," said Laura. "Here are some rocks from Iggy's aquarium," said Tom. 6 brown, 3 green, and 1 sparkly. So they're getting a whole lot of different things to equal what number? 100.
Is that 20 still?
"How much stuff do we have so far?" asked Mom. Jessica looked at the stuff on the table. It wasn't 100 of anything, but at least she had something to show. Something was better than nothing. "There's the bus," said Mom. "Here's a bag for your things. Don't forget your lunch." Jessica shoved everything into the bag and ran to catch the bus. All morning, Jessica thought about the stuff in the bag. She tried to remember the things her family had given her. 10 ribbons, 10 screws, 10 erasers, 10 beads, 10 buttons, 10 pennies, 10 nickels, 10 barrettes, 10 rocks. That came to 90. She still needed 10 more things. Oh no, here came her worries again. At lunch, Jessica found a note in her lunchbox. "Sweetie, we'll help you find more stuff this weekend. I'm sure Mr. Martin will understand if your collection is late. Don't what? Worry. Love, Mom." Suddenly, Jessica had a great idea. She smiled to herself as she waited for lunch to be over. After story hour, Mr. Martin said it was time to put their 100 things out in the hall. "What did you bring?" he asked. "Here are 10 ribbons from my dad," she said. 10, asked Mr. Martin. "And 10 screws from my mom," said Jessica. Other kids came over to look, and 10 erasers from my brother and 10 beads from my sister, said Jessica. "Pretty," said Anita. "Look at the picture. How do you think they feel about her stuff? Do you think they like it or they don't like it?"
They like it.
They like it. How do you know that they like it from the picture?
Smelling.
They're smiling. They're looking like they think that it's cool, paying attention to it. "And here are 10 buttons from my father, and 10 pennies, and 10 nickels from my mother, and 10 barrettes from my sister, and 10 rocks from my brother's iguana's aquarium," said Jessica. "Cool," said Leslie. "And what's this?" asked Mr. Martin. "It's 10 kisses from my mom," said Jessica. "See, I brought in 100 things my family gave me. Is that okay?" "Wow," said Mr. Martin. "I've seen a lot of great collections for the 100th day of school, but this one?" Jessica swallowed. What do you think he's going to say? But this collection is what?
It's the best. It's the best.
"This one is really special," said Mr. Martin. "You've brought in 100 bits of love." So, did they end up liking her 100th day project?
Yes.
Yeah, they did. Did she have anything to worry about?
No.
Sometimes when we're not sure what's going to happen, or if we're worried that something might not be exactly right, it's easy for us to think about it and overreact to it. But like you can see in the story, she was worrying for no reason, wasn't she? Her project turned out really good, didn't it? Okay? All right. Thank you for letting me read to you today.